Enola Holmes was directed by Harry Bradbeer and stars Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill, and it's about Enola, and when her mother goes missing, she is given to her brothers. Now, her brothers want to send her off to a lady school, so she must leave to try to find her mother, along the way taking care of her runaway lord trying to protect him. Do you guys ever go on Netflix and go on the latest section, and then you're like, I want to watch this movie that you find because it looks just energetic and enjoyable. You click it, and you realize you have to wait 2 weeks to watch it. That's what happened to me with this film. Now, 2 weeks later, I watched it, even though it's not 2 weeks later, it's about 2 months later because I took that break. But here I am reviewing it for you guys. Now, it's exactly what I expected of this film. It's just such an enjoyable film that anyone can enjoy. Now, in a normal person retrospect, I love this movie. It's just so enjoyable, energetic, nothing can go wrong. You're just sitting there and enjoying yourself. But on a critically respect, this film, I like it, but it's just not a great film. Now, there's a bunch of positives here, like Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill. They're both amazing in the roles as Enola and Sherlock. Who would have thought that Sherlock Holmes would be great as Henry Cavill? I did not. I loved Henry Cavill in this film. He has a looks as Sherlock, but he also can perform as him as well. And just like that, he just plays this role very perfectly. And Millie Bobby Brown, the only movie before I saw this one I saw her in was Godzilla King of the Monsters. She kind of played a darker role in that one. But, she's really energetic and fun in this film. She makes every scene be able to laugh. She is a great actor. And, I love both of these actors. They did phenomenal in their job. Another thing I really enjoyed was the action. This action was pretty good. When they're just the train sequence, I love the train sequence. That was awesome. The sequence when they were in the alleyway, I love that sequence. And even on the parts where I thought the film was getting worse along it, the action still really held up there. It was very choreographed and entertaining. It's just good action. I do like the story, even though the story certainly has its problems. But, it's a nice story of her going to go find her mother while also getting this runaway lord. Now, unfortunately, it did not kind of hold up both of these plots in the same way. In the beginning, we've established that her mother's missing and Enola's gonna go get her. Right as she boards the train to go get her, she meets this runaway lord. She helps him escape on the amazing action train sequence. And then he leaves her 45 minutes, and then she goes on the journey to find her mother, and then 45 minutes later, we get him back, and we really don't care about him anymore because we're so invested in this story with her mother. And I told you, it's just kind of not balanced well at all. And I wasn't really left at a satisfying conclusion with either of the stories. The one with her mother, it was alright. Her mother, I really didn't like how they did it with her, but it could have been worse. The Runaway Lord, it took me a couple days to actually conclude in my mind what happened there, but, they were both alright. It just didn't satisfy me as much as I wish it did. And that really is a problem for me. Also, the film was kind of lazily written a little bit. Like I said, because it's not paced right, and then certain things, like one scene she goes to this boarding school. She doesn't want to be there, and literally she's there for 6 minutes just for Sherlock to actually get a great scene of dialogue with Enola, and then she leaves again. It's just lazily written right like that. Like I said, on a normal person response, this film is so enjoyable and good. On a critically response, though, it's not horrible, but it's just not great either. Now, it is enjoyable. The action and the performances are all great, but the film does have some pacing issues and lazy writing. But you know, here I think the performances and action outweigh the bad, as I did still have fun with this movie. Overall, I'm going to have to give this film a B. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 5, or 7.5 out of 5, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. Of course, make sure to tell me down below, what did you think of Enola Holmes? Make sure to subscribe. I'm still trying to get more subscribers to grow this channel a little bit. And of course, thank you for watching, and I will always see you guys in the next video.